Hello, my name is Leona Dominguez Muller. I've been working with the John Mitchell Jr. program, and I put together some highlights of the work that I've been doing this summer, and I'll explain it all as we go.
So, I've been working as a fellow focused on criminal justice case research, case advocacy, and archiving. Throughout the summer, I researched three particular cases, two in Wallace, North Carolina, and one in Richmond, Virginia, as well as working in Salisbury, Maryland to complete archival work. The research done for the three cases involved obtaining background information on each victim, two who passed away in their cases, and in the main case I worked on, I was in charge of sending the data to either my director or directly to Emancipate NC, a nonprofit organization devoted to social and legal justice. My research centered not only around the background of each case, but the individual factors that made these cases stand out in their unjust manner. Each victim suffered from mental illnesses, and the two police encounters with Black victims ended in their death. The goals of my ongoing research and work with JMJP are to understand racial inequities in law, find direct correlations in access to medical help and care, and to advocate for the families of the victims and their communities in hopes of closing the gap in access to resources and treatment. While each victim had severe mental illnesses, the outcomes were vastly different between the white male in distress and the black male in Wallace. Part of the research that I did for Emancipate and JMJP was uncovering the lack of mental health resources in rural areas, the unequal social environment of Wallace, and the impact that both have on people suffering from mental illness. I have been advocating this case through social media platforms, through preparatory bill writing, and networking to get the word out about similar cases, such as attending the Congressional Caucus on Black-Jewish Relations to get the word out on our program and to find people in power to aid our cause. Furthermore, with JMJP, I worked as an archivist for the Chipman Archive for Racial and Cultural Healing, or the ARCH, through the Charles Chipman Cultural Center in Salisbury, which is a digital archive preserving the Black community of what once was Georgetown. To better understand the need for this arch, it's important to know about the history of Georgetown. Georgetown was a thriving Black neighborhood that was booming with the most prominent Black businesses in Wycomico County in the early 1900s. However, many businesses and homes were torn through in the 1930s when U.S. Route 13 began construction right through the middle of the area. Many buildings continued to be bulldozed as Route 50 would be built directly through whatever was left on the community in 1949. The only remaining building of Georgetown is the Charles Chipman Cultural Center, so it is of the utmost importance that the stories of the survivors and descendants are not lost forever. For the Arch, I worked with the JMJP team to organize, store, and preserve artifacts given to the Chipman Center by descendants and survivors of the town in order to keep their stories alive and personal to each family, as we only provide resources rather than owning each artifact or database ourselves. As far as research in this field goes, myself, along with many others, researched individuals and historic sites in Salisbury and the former Georgetown. I had the privilege of learning and writing about Norma Lee Barkley, and they are all now available on the Arch to start off the launch of the archive, which is an ongoing project. Please visit www.chipmancenter.org/exhibit/arch if you would like to know more about the Arch and the rich history along the Eastern Shore. Thank you.